Let's interpret the phrase add 1 and 1/7 to the difference of 7 and 5 and 1/8 into an algebraic or mathematical expression, and then use order of operations to simplify the result. So we'll first interpret this and then simplify it. Interpreting left to right, each and every word, the word add means that we'll be adding 1 and 1/7, 1 and 1/7, to the difference of. The phrase difference of 7 and 5 and 1/8 suggests that we're going to first subtract, since the word difference means minus, two numbers, the difference of 7 and 5 and 1/8. And then afterwards, we'll add 1 and 1/7 to that. So the phrase add 1 and 1/7 to the difference of 7 and 5 and 1/8 becomes 7 minus 5 and 1/8 plus 1 and 1/7. Alright, using order of operations, we're first going to simplify the fractions within the parentheses, come up with a single fraction, and then from there add 1 and 1/7 to it for our final answer. For us to do this, it would be best if each one of our numbers was represented as a fraction and as an improper fraction. So we're about to convert the mixed number 5 and 1/8 and 1 and 1/7 to improper fractions. So to begin, we can even write 7 as a fraction by writing it as 7 over 1, since any number can be written over 1. Minus, to convert 5 and 1/8 to an improper fraction, we'll first multiply 8 times 5 and then add 1. And write that over 8. So 8 times 5 plus 1 over 8. Similarly, plus 1 and a 7th, we'll multiply 7 times 1 and then add 1. So this will become 7 times 1 add 1 over the denominator of 7. Let's simplify these second two fractions. 8 times 5 is 40, plus 1 more will become 41 over 8. We're subtracting that from 7 over 1, and we'll do that first within parentheses. After we come up with an answer, we'll add that to 7 times 1 is 7, plus 1 is 8 over 7. Let's next subtract 7 over 1 minus 41 over 8. We recall, in order to add or subtract fractions, we need common denominators. The common denominator between 1 and 8 is the smallest number both of these denominators divide into. The smallest number would be 8. So we want both of these fractions to have the same common denominator. Well, 41 over 8 already has that common denominator, so we will not convert 41/8. However, for us to convert 7 over 1 to a fraction with 8 on the bottom, we need to multiply 1 by something to get 8. Certainly, 1 times 8 will make 8. And we'll also multiply the numerator by 8 as well. So 7 times 8 becomes 56/8. Similarly, we'll write down our other fraction, 8 over 7, which will do the same sort of work in a second. But first, 56/8 minus 41/8, now that we have common denominators, we'll subtract the tops. And 56 minus 41 will leave 15 over 8. Now we have a single fraction that we can add to 8/7. So here we go again. We have two fractions we're adding with unlike denominators. So we first need to convert these fractions to two fractions that have common denominators in order to add the numerators. So the smallest number that both 8 and 7 both divide into would be 56. We got that from multiplying 8 times 7. So we want both of these fractions to have 56 on the bottom. To convert each one of these fractions into an equivalent fraction, we'll multiply numerator and denominator of each one of these fractions by something, so that multiplying the denominator will turn it into the common denominator. So 8 times what is 56? We'd multiply that by 7. And so let's multiply the top by 7. 7 times 8 is 56. 7 times 15 becomes 105. So 7 times 5 is 35. Carry the 3. 7 times 1 is 10. 105 56ths is equivalent to 15/8. Our second fraction, we'd need to multiply 7 by an 8 to get 56, so we'll multiply the numerator by 8 as well. 7 times 8 is 56, just like 8 times 8 is 64. Now that we have two fractions we're adding together with common denominators, just add the numerators. 105 plus 64 will become 169 over 56. This could be our final answer. However, the problem started off with mixed numbers. So we should probably write our answer as a mixed number as well. To convert it to an improper number, a mixed number, we'll divide 56 into 169, and it goes in 3 whole times. 3 times 56 would be 168. From 169 would leave a remainder of 1 out of what we were dividing by. So the final answer as a mixed number would be 3 and 1/56.